It was a scary situation for members of Parliament in Ottawa yesterday. Both area MPs Brian Storsett and Leon Benoit were in the caucus room when the shooting began.
First of all, 100 feet down the hall, and then went right past us within 20 feet of our caucus room. Door wide open, closed but unlocked. We had 4 doors they could have entered.
Former members of the Canadian Forces, as well as the RCMP and police services that we have in our caucus, basically took over, barricaded the doors, prepared ourselves, should not knowing who or how many were outside, preparing ourselves to, repel anybody trying to get in the doors.
The Parliament resumed this morning, and according to Benoit, he's proud of the solidarity shown by all 3 leaders and the cooperation of the House of Commons.
What really tells the tale is how they react in terms of allowing us to put in place the appropriate legislation that really will allow us to detain people who are targeted as a serious threat. We know we have about 90 in this country right now, so why are they out walking the streets when we know that they intend to perform terrorist acts against us?
Both MPs expressed their condolences towards the soldier who was shot and killed yesterday. Meanwhile, the border city is paying its respects. Flags at both City Hall and the RCMP detachment are at half staff in a somber recognition of yesterday's events. Some Lloydminster residents also visit the cenotaph outside City Hall, leaving flowers as a tribute. And as we told you about last week, 6 CF-18 fighter jets from CFB Cold Lake took off today to join air combat operations in Iraq. The fighter jets and a refueling plane have been in Quebec for the past few days preparing. They're now on their way to Operation Base in Kuwait in support of Operation Impact. On Canada's contribution to the coalition helping Iraq fight against ISIS. And as well, there has been some extra security at most Canadian Forces bases today as a result of the shootings. And a 17-year-old Lloydminster male is facing charges of uttering serious threats against an individual at a local school. RCMP say the teen made the threats on Tuesday. He has been remanded into custody, and police say it's an isolated incident and none of the students or staff at the Lloydminster Comprehensive High School were at risk. And a 22-year-old Lashburn woman and a 26-year-old man from Edgerton were taken to hospital after a 2-vehicle collision on Highway 14. Ormond RCMP say it happened close to 1 o'clock this morning when a Nissan Versa collided with a Pontiac Sunfire. A 47-year-old female driver of the Nissan was dead on scene. The 26-year-old driver and the 22-year-old passenger of the Pontiac was taken to hospital for unknown conditions. RCMP continue to investigate. Now, having a bad vision can greatly impair everyday activities, especially if you're a child. It's Children's Vision Month, and in this week's Healthy Living, Anna Stanislaw explains the importance of eye exams at a young age and what parents can do to help.
Do you see it changing?
It's a simple question Dr. Brian Newen asks all his patients to see if there's a change in their vision. He stresses the importance of early intervention.
It's just very important for parents to always have their children's eyes checked. As early as starting at 6 months is the recommended age.
Honestly, I had not even thought of it at all yet, but I would assume it's pretty important, right? You don't want them to struggle with things for learning.
It's always playing the tablet or application.
Dr. Newen also recommends getting an examination before starting school.
80% of learning alone is based on your vision. So, if you don't have that good component for a child that when they're starting school, then, you're missing that big chunk of the learning component.
There are some ways parents can also help diagnose their child, including checking to make sure both of their eyes are working together.
Sometimes if a kid closes one eye, it might mean that, that eye is a little bit blurry and they're only wanting to use the good eye.
Squinting is another good indication, and doing quick vision exercises.
If both of you are standing, across the living room and making sure that the child can see everything on the TV equal to the parent, and seeing if there is any blurriness or fuzziness for the child.
Early detection is key for better vision, and if you are with Alberta Healthcare, it covers all children's eye examinations for children 18 and younger, and in Saskatchewan, it's covered until the child is 17 years of age.
Anna Stanislaw, Newcap News.